Hello, Mayor Perez and fellow council members. My name is Rennie Gabriel, and with my wife, we have been mom and pop housing providers here in Burbank since 2008. If I have a house in Burbank and a family is living there, I am not hoarding it. I am providing a family their housing needs. And that's the same whether I have 1 unit or 7 units. I'm still considered a mom and pop housing provider because I am providing people housing. These are not being hoarded. From what it appears by the regulations and the rent registry that you're proposing, there is a lack of understanding of basic economic principles. When there is a supply shortage and a constant demand, prices rise. When there is adequate supply or an overabundance of supply, prices drop due to competition. That is how it works with food, electronics, and consumer goods and housing. I saw this firsthand many years ago in Portland, Oregon. Developers continued to build multi-unit housing, and there were more available than the demand, and the rents dropped. Perhaps you're asking the wrong question about rents. Instead of asking, why are rents too high, you should be asking, why don't we have enough housing? The answers to that are restrictive building codes along with other political factors that need to be addressed. Perhaps if you spend less time playing the part of Soviet-era communist and socialist central planners and more time getting out of the way of people who build housing, we might have enough units for people to live in and put downward pressure on rents. If the goal is affordability, the answer is not price controls, it's more housing supply. Study after study, and 90% of economists agree that price controls do not work and do not produce the intended outcome. Instead, it makes conditions worse for the people it's designed to help. The United States became one of the most prosperous nations on earth by promoting free markets and competition. If you do not pay attention to history, you are doomed to repeat it. Since the time of Babylon and the brutal decrees of Emperor Diocletian, price fixing has been a tool of state control, suppressing free trade, and producing the same result: economic distortions, scarcity, black markets, and eventual decline. I implore you to pay attention to history and not make the same mistakes. Please do not pass legislation or regulations that violate the Fourth Amendment to the United States Constitution that provide for our property rights against unreasonable seizures, and the Fifth Amendment that prevents private property being taken for public use without just compensation. I appreciate the opportunity to speak to you.